we are approaching Reykjavík now, going down the hill. My video when I was filming stopped for some reason, and now I had to switch on the camera again. So we have quite many Irish place names through Iceland, at least 200 of them here in the south and west of Iceland. And 65% of Icelandic women have Irish genes. It had been established by the scientists, so most of women in Iceland are of Irish origin, which is quite special. So it's already 9 o'clock in the evening soon, and you see it's still very bright in Iceland. I will do some hikes, maybe I'll go to the volcano or some new mountains in the near future. We'll make some more drone videos and we'll keep my channel going, maybe make some new trips. It will be adventure channel with a geological twist. Let's put it so, or a nature twist. Let's put it so. So I will keep this channel going, or Iceland twist, whatever. So I didn't have any clear plans when I started this channel, so to what direction to take it. So it just all is very spontaneous, and I still don't know how to work with it and in what direction, how to develop it. It's something I have to think about. I have a good news. I got a taxi license now. Well, I still haven't got it quite completely, but at least I got the permission to use my car as a taxi. Sign in Reykjavík, we almost arrived, and this is in my plans. So I might be driving taxi around Reykjavík in the weekends at least. It generates pretty decent income, and what I like about it, that it might set me free completely. Well, I will be working in the weekends only, but I will be otherwise free from work. It's the kind of things that I like. The other days, yeah, that's what I do. I never quit trading forex. I still do this, and I came to quite a few discoveries. Currently I haven't had a losing trade. I just trade Euro USD since March, which is quite an achievement. I never had such results while trading Euro USD. It's a hobby of mine for a long time, you know. So we are up 140% for February, some 100% for March. For April, I'm up 80%, which is a kind of impressive result. It's like I take it, it's like almost like as a competition, but it requires a lot of knowledge and studies. And here we are passing by the Red Hills, Reykjavík, to the left side. It's one of the biggest forests in Iceland here to the left side. It's called Heidemörk. And there was a volcanic eruption. Not here, lava was coming from the mountains, and when it hit the swamps, you had lots of volcanic activity here, eruptions, which formed those pseudo craters, not real craters, but you can see a drone video on my channel from this area. If you watched it, you probably saw it if you watched my videos. And you can see already, this is not Reykjavík, you can see there in the background, it's Kopovogur. Well, this is Reykjavík actually, it's Norðlingaholt, the area of Reykjavík called Norðlingaholt. So I'm driving downtown to one company. I don't want to announce all the companies I work for as part-time, but as I'm going for Northern Light tour. First time was very hard when I went for Northern Light tour with people who was a bit challenging, you know, where you do things for the first time, but after a few times got already quite good on this. You know, learned more and more about Northern Lights, what to tell, Aurora Borealis, thing. And well, I'm very happy. It makes people happy when they see Northern Lights. It's a truly unique experience, emotional experience, because it triggers certain emotions in people. When people didn't see a rainbow, or rain or snow, of course they will be excited. And the same with Northern Lights. They are very much excited when they see them. And especially if they are very great Northern Lights, because it's far more impressive than snow or rain or other types of natural phenomena. It's super impressive, super amazing. All the stars simply goes green, or predominantly green, but you can have different colors there. So it's a unique phenomenon, and it makes people happy. Sometimes I even get some tips, not often, but sometimes, not when the people don't see Northern Lights. Then they want to rebook the trip. It's not very great experience when they don't see anything and paid money, So it's relative to some extent, but most of times we do see them. Maybe 70% of trips we do see them. Hopefully we will see something today. And there you see Esja. In the background, it's the biggest mountain in Reykjavík, which really makes it possible for people to live here, because it protects Reykjavík from northern winds. You see, the dominant direction of wind in Iceland is from the north east and the north, and it is an Arctic wind, cold wind, and strong wind, and usually with rain. So this mountain does a good job as a shield to protect Reykjavík from the northern winds, rainy winds from the north, or Arctic winds, chilly to the bone. That's why most of the population is concentrated here in this valley, surrounded by those mountains. Reykjavík sits like in a pot, surrounded by big mountains. That's why most of people live here. City is growing very fast. A great percentage of population of Reykjavík now in Iceland are foreigners. In some cities like Keflavík, foreign immigrants comprise 30% of population of Keflavík, which is no joke, 30%. Primarily from Poland, but also from Ukraine. Now we have 30,000 at least Ukrainian immigrants. I think it's all good for Iceland, considering Iceland has such a big territory, uninhabited, undeveloped territories, lots of territories, and it needs to be inhabited, at least to some degree, some infrastructure, to have some life, to have more life here is good for Iceland, because it's a bit boring, Iceland is, I don't think it can be more boring country as this. If you like social activities, there isn't much to do here. If we live in the countryside, well, you can interact as the sheep and the cows, or the crows, ravens around you. So it's good to have here more people, not to be overpopulated, like I told in the beginning, but to some extent. So immigrants are welcome here, especially in the countryside. But not everybody wants to live there for obvious reasons, so most of people want to live in Reykjavík, where we have quite a dense, quite maybe 200 people per square kilometer in Reykjavík area, but still is very vast. Reykjavík is scattered over huge territory, like private houses mainly, so it's not like New York. It is like concentrated on one island, Manhattan, or there's like a very small area, but it is a space, a city, so to say. Reykjavík, which means smoky bay, by the way. Reyk or Smokeweek is a bay. So we are driving down Artúnsbrekka, that's how this hill is called, Artúnsbrekka. Brekka means a hill. And we are passing by through the biggest river of Reykjavík, called Elliðaá. Á is a river in Icelandic, very simple word, just á. It's the one sound, our river or our wind, if you add the article to the end of the word. Articles are usually attached to the end of the words in Icelandic. And sun is very low, as you see, blinded sun. This is how Reykjavík looks today. So I think Iceland has a great potential as a country because we have a lot of fish all around Iceland in the middle of the ocean, you know. And food is always required, especially in modern age. Iceland, at one time, it was so statistics on fish countries. Iceland was one of the top 15 countries of fishing countries in the world, and the amount of fish caught, which is an incredible result considering how little people live here in Iceland. But it dropped after the fishing quotas have been introduced from European Union forced to introduce quotas. It depends the limits on how much fish you can catch. Everything is being regulated, and those quota rights are a big issue in Iceland. Who will have the quota to fish, you know? It's a big source of income in Iceland still. It's one of the biggest sources of income for the government, fishing, along with tourism. So orange lights is always good to speed up on them. And we're passing by Kringlan here to the left side. It's the Kringlan shopping mall. It's not the biggest in Reykjavík, but one of the biggest. If you like shopping, that's a place to go. If you like some life, see people around you. It's good for the emotions I read, to be among people. Some people who are depressed, all they need just to go to shopping mall to sit and watch other people. It works, yes, it works. So